Hello and welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today we're going to be checking out the Dimir manipulation deck in the the last few days of this current iteration of Magic Arena. Come July 7, we'll be having new old sets. Basically, we'll be having Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, so we'll now have the full standard, and we'll also have the new iterations of Quick Constructed and Quick Draft. And the one I'm most excited about is the arrival of best of three matches. But for the time being, we're gonna examine the mirror manipulation, see how it goes. Let's see how many wins we can get out of this control deck. So it's kind of raining outside right now, so the internet connection might be a bit spotty, but we'll see. Now we have a decent start. We'll probably dig for a land. We definitely have some early control. I wish we'd had another island instead of a swamp. But we'll see. Definitely, probably won't need to keep a negate on turn 2. But our opponent's on the play right now, so if our opponent's an aggro, we might. No, we're the ones on play. So definitely submerge Boneyard. If we can draw an island naturally, I'd play that island. Nope, you can't always get what you want, but we do have what we need, so we're just gonna practice for an actual island. Well, it's nice to see our opponent have a turn 1 forest that does not include Llanowar Elves, and it's actually quite interesting. Anyway, so I don't think we're under any pressure to. We're not under any pressure to hold up cancel, but on the other hand, do I really want to cast Champion of Wits this early? I don't exactly want to ditch this stuff. But you know what? Let's just drop Champion of Wits. Let's force our opponent to respond. That actually makes our Ravenous Chupacabra better. And so we're going to ditch. We'll ditch the negate and we'll ditch a swamp. We can draw into another land naturally, and we do have another way of removing stuff. Okay, our opponent is playing green-blue. He's kind of going all in, but you know what? So are we. So I'm gonna just hit the Mistcloak Herald with the Chupacabra, and I'm actually gonna offer the trade. If our opponent blocks the Jade Bears, perfectly fine. If our opponent takes the 2 damage, it's also perfectly fine. So we're a bit shields down, but I don't. Yeah, it looks the way our opponent's going. Okay, Forerunner of the Heralds. We want to counter that one, so I might actually hold off the Dreamfall. Actually got double Essence Scatter. I'm actually gonna just send in the Chupacabra here. No, let's just send in the Champion of Wits. So, okay, opponent is not biting it. Opponent probably should be concerned, but then again, he is incentivized to play. He's probably a bit stuck on. Okay, we will cancel that. Our opponent looks like he's playing a stock Merfolk deck. Let's see, I haven't seen anything. Okay, submerge Boneyard, so we're still gonna hold up on mana. I'm still going to force him to trade somehow. Actually, okay, our opponent has the mana. He probably suspects I have a counter spell, but he has to play something. In fact, what I could do now is. Okay. This is also another card I'm not too keen. Okay, I'm gonna go into combat. I'm going to combat. I'm going to send the Champion of Wits in. If our opponent finally trades with the Jade blocker, I'll be really pleased. But our opponent has shown quite a good amount of restraint, so let's see. I could, yeah. Let's just go for the Doomfall, but not for the creature. We're gonna see what our opponent actually has. Okay, Curious Obsession. Curious Obsession would be a problem, but that's okay. Let's see what are the cards. I'm gonna force him to ditch the Vizier. Because that is another form of card advantage he has. Okay, he got his lands. Okay. He will get to cast Curious Obsession and draw back some cards. In fact, what he could do is he could just dump Curious Obsession in the Merfolk Branchwalker. I probably will not block with a Chupacabra. I'm surprised he was thinking about that. Oh well, I guess. So I'm still gonna do the same thing. Now I may not have a counter spell this time, but I can. But I can take out whatever he puts Curious Obsession on. He probably could just. Okay, he's casting Tishana's Wayfinder. I'm gonna let it explore. I'm actually gonna wait for him to cast Curious Obsession if possible. Okay, he draws a land, so that's still a 2/2. Plays a land. He's probably just gonna run out the jungle 1 Pioneer. In which case, I'm gonna just draw cards. Because this time I do kind of need lands. I know the Champion of Wit is gonna get chump blocked at this point. So I also need to hold up. At least I have 2 things to hold up. He's really not happy with Overflowing Insight. Do I really want? Sure, 7 mana for 7 cards is a very nice return rate, but the deck, you kind of want to hold up mana as well, so you're not realistically casting it for 7. Anyway, we do have options. I'm still gonna force the Champion of Wits to trade. We're at the point that we're gonna be trading off, so our opponent should be trading for it by now. Actually, if our opponent's a bit smart, he would cast Curious Obsession on the... So, he's still taking the damage. He doesn't want to worry about Eternalize. I'm willing to trade the Chupacabra for that. I don't want to cast Final Reward either. Okay. Actually, no. I will cast Final Reward now. Just take this gun out. Block the Jade Bearer. Willingly take 4. Then we're going to have our land. I could just cast Overflowing to draw 7, but probably more realistic option is just for us to opt see what better stuff we can get. Not another land. Treasure Map's great, so I'm gonna cast that. Need to remember to always hold up 3 mana. So well, it's okay. Hold up 3 mana. That actually gives us some options. So choose attackers. Since these are 2, I'm gonna actually send a Chupacabra in now. Sure, he could Curious Obsession to pump one of these into a 3/3. And I'm perfectly fine with trading my Champion of Wits for it at this point. So Jade Bearer, Hornswoggle. So our opponent's definitely gonna hit us for 3 by casting Curious Obsession. He needs to... If anything, this is actually making me curious. Why is he holding back on this one? This Curious Obsession actually gives +1/+1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna keep. If I swing with both, I trade with both. I'm just gonna keep swinging it one. I'm currently under no obligation to swing for a big amount. In fact, if there's a good time for me to cast Overflowing Insight, it's probably now. Okay, our opponent's actually take it like a champ. So first thing I'm gonna do is scry. I'm drawing 7, so I don't think I need another draw 2. So I'm gonna bin that on the bottom. I'm actually gonna just refill my hand right now. My hand, not the opponent. Refill my hand. And there. We actually drew into an Ezahal. We have Secrets of the Golden City. Okay, so opponent is kinda conceding. So just return the pleasantries, and that is our first victory. Our opponent kinda got a bit land flooded for an aggro deck. So we're going to probably play about 2 more matches, see how this goes. I'd actually prefer to at least win 1 more so I can take a quick pause for it. But anyway, we're going to see how well we're doing. Okay, we're running into a bigger opponent this time. So, okay, our opponent's going first. So if our opponent's quite aggro, this is a good hand to keep. So we have a turn 3 play, turn 4 play. We'll keep this. I would much prefer to have an early play, but our opponent... Okay, opponent's probably playing Llanowar Elves off a Hashep Oasis. So we are gonna hit some stuff. At least our opponent dinged himself a little bit for the efforts. So, okay, our opponent has a big play, so it's gonna take him a while to get there though. At least we got the treasure map turn 2. So we're not badly dinged for this. Now we're going to have to. Our opponent has to play a creature at this point also. Actually, no, I'm quite happy with this one. More elves, more small guys, perfect. Now we just need to keep our opponent off the big stuff. So I'm not gonna wait. Yeah, I actually needed to pay more attention to playing my lands. If I played an island there... Anyway. So slow down our opponent a bit. Our opponent probably has a big drop. I was gonna say our opponent probably has a big drop to follow, but I guess not. So I'm gonna play another swamp. I'm just gonna end the turn here. I will treasure map next. Okay, opponent has a lie. I'm definitely treasure mapping now. Impale is okay, but I will drop the Ravenous Chupacabra first. So, turn 5. So far, so good. End the turn. Fortunately, Ronas is indestructible, so Tetsimok's not gonna cut it. Okay, let's just treasure map now. Swamp. Yet again, we're plagued with the question of Overflowing Insight, and we kind of drew into it also. So I'm not gonna play the Tetsimok just yet. So I'm gonna just attack in with Ravenous Chupacabra. If our opponent has a surprise blocker, so be it. If not, this is okay too. We're just gonna build up our resources a bit. I guess if our opponent's kind of stuck now, I won't mind playing. Okay, our opponent was legitimately stuck. I'm actually curious what our opponent's deck is, but well, we got our 2 wins, so I actually need to go a bit somewhere. So this next game is gonna be the last one for this episode. After that, I After that, I'll move on to another. Pause for a while, then I'll come back again later. So let's see how this game goes. Okay, match. Another high ranker, but I guess you can say this is an argument about the mana system for Magic the Gathering. Some people say, oh come on, sometimes you get so unlucky it screws you over, but another way to think of it is, this is a card game. Card games are by very definition random, and no matter how deterministic you can make a resource system, it's still gonna hurt. You're still gonna get hurt by it no matter what, and the parts that hurt are still gonna affect you. Okay, so right now I'm at the decision of, do I Evolving Wilds or cast treasure, or play an island cast treasure map? I think I just need to have black mana at the ready, so I'm just gonna go Evolving Wilds now. Okay, make sure you get a swamp. Okay. So we are leaving up an unsummon. Next turn we can go Champion of Winds. I kinda do not wanna unsummon that, so sure, fine. Okay, this is a turn there. So okay, we will Champion of. Okay, question: if I Champion of Wits, what would I discard? Would I much rather just have Treasure Map right now? Yeah, let's just have the Treasure Map here for now. Leave up Unsummon. Leave up potential Unsummon or potential Scry. Our opponent has a potential response too. So let's see what we're up to. Another thing I want to consider for this deck is, right now if you're playing blue-black, there is no reason not to run the Scarab God. So let that resolve. Okay, go back to your hand, try casting it again. We will take one. So if we drew an Essence Scatter. Let's see. Okay, and it's a dice trigger, so I'm gonna just play the Submerged Boneyard. And we're gonna end the turn there. Now, so we kinda dodged that bullet. Here's actually us hoping that he played the land. He might be a bit more conscious about... Okay, he's conscious of the possibility that I might have a counter spell. So I'm gonna keep the... Do I want to keep the opt on top? I actually want another land. Oh fine, let's just keep the opt on top. So definitely not casting Champion of Wits. I'm just gonna opt my way out right now. I guess I'll draw that land. So need to hold up for Essence Scatter. So we'll end the turn here. Our opponent is gonna slow down because he is suspecting we have a counter spell. We don't have a counter spell for that. So, but that technically means our opponent won't be casting Scarab God until he has 7 mana. Trying to take as much advantage. Walk the plank, that's 1 out. And I really want another mana. I'm actually gonna put this walk the plank on the bottom. Probably gonna come back to haunt me, but I'm gonna take it like a champ. Our opponent is really probably... Yeah, he's really scared that we might have a counter, so... Gonna cast Champion of Wits. Make it look like we're really looking for mana. So what would I do? Definitely the moment of craving. Probably ditch the air elemental as... Yeah, I'm gonna ditch the moment of craving. I'm gonna ditch the Angular Drake. Place Submerged Boneyard. Going to end it. I'm gonna end the turn right there. He has his own moment of craving. Perfectly fine. actually gets in the yard, we have the mana ready for that. So our opponent is going to cast Scarab God with mana backup. Casting Cruel Reality. Yuck, we don't have any outs for that. So I'm gonna chuck that in the bottom. So we're actually gonna lose a lot of life at this point. So sacrifice a creature, planeswalker. We can't do that, so we're gonna take it. Okay. So we're gonna hold up Reaver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In fact, what I can probably do is let's just eternalize Japanese Blitz. Okay, we're gonna ditch the air elemental and I'm actually gonna ditch the Impale. Probably should ditch the lands instead, but so right now we have choices between Essence Scatter and Hornswoggle. We're actually gonna go down to 7, so probably ditching the air elemental might be a mistake. Ravenous Chupacabra. Yep, we're going to have to Essence Scatter that. It's also probably this would have been a case where we should have cast Tetsamok instead, but I would not have known that I could draw Hornswoggle. Okay, so that resolves. We're going to take even more damage. Cruel Reality is actually quite good as a finisher. This is actually one of our this is a possibility we can take. So we are forced to sacrifice. So yep. This is going to be a really big problem. We have no way of removing that. The only thing I can think of now is just to... Let's see what else we can draw, I suppose. Because any creature we play is just going to die, and we only have very few creatures. Technically, this is actually quite game at this point, so... Let's see, Reaver Ambush into Hornswoggle. Actually, what we can do is we're gonna just reveal Tetsamok, target a creature. We're just gonna take out these 2 Sailor of Means at the very least. Kind of like a... I wouldn't call this... Kind of like a mini victory of sorts. No, I'm very sure I'm going to lose Tetsamok, but... I'm pretty sure I've lost the game at this point. But at least we get to take off some of the pressure. Actually, our opponent is in a position... You know, he can cast Scarab God. And, yep. Okay, I might have... Mistakes have been made. So, let's see... Yep. Actually, there is kind of a way to keep, but... No, Cruel Revival was actually a very good one. Yeah, we don't really have an out at this point. Knowing that no matter what big creature I do, Cruel Reality is just gonna eliminate it. I don't have the way to cast more than 1 creature. Their opponent's gonna just start buying back all the creatures that got taken out. Yep. I'm just gonna cast this guy. Admit that's a good game. Then I'm probably gonna just concede at this point. Well, can't be helped. Our opponent had a much better control system than we did, and I guess that's one lesson that we can take for ourselves when we do revisit the Dimir manipulation deck on postmortem. Anyway, that's it for this episode for now. We're gonna come back to this deck a little bit later. So I'm gonna take a break for now, and if you like what you see, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care.